Ich war kein Thief, football gods, we're here to light the fire. Stand facts and stats, you know we never tire. Bringing the heat up, that passion won't retire. Busting through the mic, our voices never expire. We ignite the spirit, never fading out. Light the torch, USC fans rise up high. On this podcast, we aim for the sky. Knowledge and entertainment never lie. Together we stand, let the truth amplify.
What's going on, Trojan fans? Welcome back to another live episode of the Light the Torch podcast. And we got a lot to talk about. There's a lot of recruiting updates, and we'll definitely talk about what's going on with Notre Dame. But first off, let me go ahead and introduce the guys here. To my right, we got Mr. B. Jones. How's it going, B. Jones?
Right on.
Right on. All right, and then we got Guns to my bottom right. How's it going, Guns?
Doing good, fight on as well.
Right on. And then, of course, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Raul Flores. How's it going, Raul?
He might be frozen. Oh, no.
He's looking to the side right now. All right, he might drop out here in a second, but, yep. There he is.
I saw some head movement.
Yep, I can see his
I
head
know my computer was acting up or Wi-Fi, but fight on, fellas.
All right. But yeah, and there's a new feature here, so you guys could actually see your comments on stage on the chat now. So you'll see it in the bottom right. But yeah, so there's things to talk about. We actually have some USC baseball updates, and we got a new assistant hired at USC. Got some recruiting updates, and then we'll talk about the USC Notre Dame rivalry. So. Stick around if you want to talk about the USC Notre Dame stuff. Stick around. We'll get through it and we'll get to it. So, but yeah, first off, we want to go ahead and shout out the USC baseball team. Go ahead and shout them out, Guns.
Yeah, they got their conference started their conference tournament tomorrow against Penn State, and then they'll play Friday against Washington. They have like these pool buckets, I guess you could say, or whatnot. And then that determines the semifinals and whatnot. But so good luck to the boys. We're still looking like we'll be in the regionals. It'd be good to at least get 1 to 2 wins, and I think that'll probably solidify some things. But excited to see what they can do in this conference tournament.
Are they getting healthy?
Slowly, yeah. I mean, there's a few guys that are kind of getting out there. I mean, there's a couple guys that are just out for the rest of the season, unfortunately, with arm injuries. But kid named like Mason Edwards, he was out for like a good minute. He's finally healthy. He's getting back. So excited to see what the pitching staff can do.
All right, right on. Well, shout out to the USC baseball team, and hopefully maybe we can get a USC women's softball team in the future. But yeah, and moving on from that here, USC is set to hire Kerry Thompson, an assistant strength and conditioning coach. He's had stops at UAB, Alabama State, and Alabama as well. So I don't know if there's any others schools I'm missing here, but definitely give him shout outs to him. Hopefully he can provide Coach True some support in that situation. So yeah, any thoughts about this hire from Kerry, Kerry being hired, B. Jones?
Yeah, man. This is a guy who's like you said, he was on Alabama staff for a little bit, but he spent most of his career so far in the SWAC with a lot of HBCUs, and we know HBCUs are underfunded. So he was able to make some monsters out of HBCUs, and he's a guy. They don't have the resources that USC has. So you get a guy who knows what he's doing, and you give him the type of equipment, the state of the art equipment that we'll be having come 2026. Man, he's gonna make some monsters for us.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. I mean, I think this is a sneaky hire to join the staff with Trumaine and Lonnie. So excited to see, if they get another person, we'll see in the near future. But I mean, that's a great team right there of 3 people so far with the strength and conditioning.
Yeah. Raul, are you there, or is he having some technical difficulties probably? All right. Well, then let's go ahead and move on to some of the meat of the show. We got some recruiting updates and some. I'm assuming some good stuff here going on, but go ahead and start us off, guys.
Yeah, so we'll start off with some not so great news. So we got a couple recruits out there that are no longer USC options. One of them is Sam Ute, and the other one is Malachi Lee, both offensive linemen. Sam, seems like Washington's the leader. He's just, even though he's visited multiple times and whatnot, I think he's definitely decided that he wants to, not stay in the state of California. So hope all the best for him. Malachi Lee, kind of came out of left field, just late night, early morning. You're still kind of gathering some information there, but just I think we're maybe playing some hardball, maybe in terms of potentially NIL. I'm just assuming no credible sources in terms of that statement, but again, hope all the best for that one. I think that one really was a shock. I will say, these are not horrible misses. They are misses, but again, we have 6 offensive linemen already in this recruiting class. I don't remember the last time we've had 6 offensive linemen in a recruiting class. So very underrated kids that we currently have, and the highly rated kids, right? Kenya Pepe and others. So not discouraged. It is what it is. That's just that's the game of recruiting, basically. You're not going to get everyone. So. Who is potentially reclassifying? So there are some rumors going out there that RJ Sermons will be reclassifying in the near future. We'll see if that does happen. We should hear more by the end of the week if that happens. So stay tuned with that. Ryder Lyons is still a BYU, Oregon, USC battle. Michigan and Ole Miss are trying to get involved. Just read a report that he's stated July that he'll announce his commitment, but he even stated that the announcement could happen tomorrow, let's just say, for example. So it definitely sounds like he has a school in mind. We don't know what that school is. I think at the end of the day we're right involved, and to be honest, don't sleep on BYU in my opinion. Just my thoughts. Devon Benjamin, Cali product, recently received a prediction to Oregon, so SC still has to catch up if they want his talent. I still feel good about this recruitment, but definitely it is what it is. I mean, we always kind of heard and felt like Oregon was going to be involved, at the end of the day, and that just kind of still shows us that we got to catch up, basically. So we'll see, what happens with the safety room. I think that's the one room that definitely has been slow. I mean, you could definitely say Madden is a safety. Maybe even Joshua Holland could be a safety. I've heard some stuff like that. We have some versatile kids, basically. So, I mean, that could be why we've been slow. And sorry for the dogs in the background. But, we'll definitely keep updated on the recruitment with the safeties. And then lastly, Talanoa Ili, linebacker that recently left California for Hawaii. Staff visited him again in Hawaii, so we continue to like where we stand as we get closer to June, and that's when he'll announce his commitment after his official visits. But we're definitely a leader in this recruitment, and that is it for Recruiting with Guns. As always, if you have any questions,
I think your dog was trying to tell you that Georgia is also in the mix for Holland. Dante's been all in his ear.
Correct. Yes. Yeah. Dante's definitely getting involved with Joshua Holland. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that's when Holland committed, when Dante was still on staff. I could be wrong there, but there's definitely that relationship, and we could see him in the future. Potentially flip. With the RJ Sermons rumors, right? That opens one spot. Joshua Holland would open up another spot potentially, right? So we'll have 2 spots. Obviously there's the Brandon Arrington recruitment out there. There's Jared Jones, a Mission Viejo DB as well. So yeah, there's definitely some other DBs that we have recruiting in terms of the corners.
Yeah, and
One more
then
thing too.
people saying, "Oh my God, USC's losing it," and well, that if Josh Allen decommits from USC, we'll be fine still. Like, I don't see why people are thinking just because we lost a couple people that the whole class is going to hell.
Real quick, just because we mentioned dogs, shout out to our boy Rusty. It's his dog Cooper's birthday today.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll let Rusty, man, tell Cooper happy birthday.
Yes, and that's basically what the dogs were saying too. They were saying happy birthday, I guess.
Okay,
so.
that's a good. That's giving their birthday shout outs.
All right, and let's see here. But yeah, what else? Is there any? I know there's no questions in the chat. Yeah. Anything else you guys want to bring up when it comes to recruiting? Oh, one thing I did want to mention that we haven't had a 5-star offensive lineman since Austin Jackson back in 2017. So it's definitely a good sign that we have Kenai committed, and so and he was Austin Jackson was a first round pick to Miami, I think.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, in terms of the offensive line class, more. I mean, I'm pretty impressed, to be honest. Right, you got the Pepe; he's the leader, obviously. Vlad D. He recently got bumped up to a 4-star. He's very underrated, in my opinion. Kenyon Smith, I don't think he gets talked about a lot. I mean, I think he's very versatile. I mean, he plays tackle in Colorado, but he's going to be our center. So I mean, I think that shows a lot in terms of what he can do at that position. So. Isan Tafa, we had him on the stream. I mean, he's very underrated. John Fafita, I mean, all of them. And I'm excited. Really
Chase Dennis, or
yes, future All-American Chase Dennis. Yes, so excited about him.
All right. Well, if you guys have no questions about recruiting, we still put them in. We might be able to touch on them a little bit later. Go ahead.
I have a question, Gun, since I missed part of it, so you might have touched on it, but what about the safety from Vegas, from Bishop Corman, I think?
Jet Washington.
Yes. Jet Washington, Kobe's nephew. I mean, he loved his visit in spring. You know, he scheduled his official visit in June. But definitely, from what I've read, it sounds like we still have to catch up. It sounds like Oregon's definitely involved with this one, and then kind of the quote unquote leader. So, you know, I think the great thing is he's got an official visit with us, and I think if we hit it out of the park with him, he could definitely, you know, we can quote unquote flip him, right? So, we're definitely involved with Jet still.
His cousin just graduated from USC.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Real quick, if you guys listening on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, if you guys could just come over here to YouTube and hit that like button for us. And I mean, if you want, you can go back to listening on X, but help us out, man. Help us get practice algorithm.
And real quick, shout out to our boy Kristen here. It's not a show if I don't show up. I'm here, my guys. Now we can start. Now we can start the show.
Kristen's here.
Now that Kristen's here, we can start talking about USC and Notre Dame's rivalry might end after this year. So,
I thought you were going to say the Padres.
Huh?
I thought you were going to say we can start talking about the Padres.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, you guys heard it here. You've been probably seeing it for a while, actually. I did a video about, I think, 2 years ago about USC and Notre Dame and the history behind it and why we should keep it going. And if you guys haven't seen that video, scroll all the way back to like our beginning days here, and you'll be able to see it. Maybe I might redo it again. Who knows? But what are you guys' thoughts about USC and Notre Dame possibly discontinuing?
I'll start first. I'm conflicted, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm conflicted. I go back and forth. The competitive part of me is like anywhere, any place, anytime. You know, with the Pete Carroll model, you know, that's just who we are and where we are. That's how we get down. But at the same time, they definitely have an advantage over us at every season. You know what I mean? Going into that game, they can schedule a bye week right before the game if they want. Play a nobody the week before the bye week. You know, and rest all their starters if they want to. By the way, they get the schedule. You know what I'm saying? Which is not fair to us or the rest of college football. You know what I mean? They had their way for too long. And the reason why they've been irrelevant over the past years, but still somehow maintain relevancy just because of that large TV deal and the way they get the schedule. All right. So honestly, they need to man up and join the conference. It's just simple as that. They're in Big Ten country, but they want to go play around with the ACC. And we know the ACC is not, you know, not the most competitive conference. So, you know, it's ridiculous, man. They've been ducking smoke for some years, man, and getting away with it, and it doesn't really benefit us. You know, we extended an offer for a 1-year deal, and you know they turned it down. So what does that tell you? You know, they just want things their way, and they want to be babies about it.
Yeah, like it's the traditionalist in me wants to keep it going because it's up there with the Ohio State and Michigan, Alabama and Auburn, Oklahoma and Texas. Like it's that big of a rivalry, and it would hurt to see it. That rivalry has one of the biggest moments of all of college football, and to see that go would suck. But it also, we have to think about ourselves as well. Like other teams, like it actually affects their standing in their conference. For us, it hurts, or it doesn't hurt us in a sense, but it's just an extra non-conference game that doesn't really benefit how our Big Ten standings, and so it's a mixed reaction. I love the tradition of it, but then at this point, tradition is kind of dying out in college football.
Right.
Yeah, for me, I want it to continue. Right, I agree with the tradition. I think it's great that we have this game. We've had this game, right? Like you mentioned, BC. I mean, it's like the Oklahoma, Texas, the Auburn, Alabama's, all that stuff, right? Like it's blue blood just going at it every year. So, yeah, definitely want to continue. You know, I'll say, I mean, it will suck if it doesn't if it ends after this year, right? Notre Dame supposedly has turned us down. We've extended a 1-year extension for next year, and supposedly Notre Dame wants a longer term contract. They pretty much want it all set. But the thing is, on our side, right, there's so much uncertainty right now with college football in terms of the college football playoffs, the schedule. We have 9 conference games, right? Obviously, that's a given. There's a potential of us, Big Ten and SEC, getting involved in doing non-conference matchups. So you add that, then you add a Notre Dame in between all of that. I could see why we're only trying to do 1-year contracts in terms of that, right? We're trying to see some clarity in terms of the future before we really get into a relationship, right? You don't want to just get married right off the bat, basically. So, I would love, and it's been floated around out there on social media and some reports, move the game to week 1, right? I mean, I think it would create more eyes for the beginning of the season. Normally, week 1 games aren't that great. I mean, they're hit and miss sometimes, right? Normally, it's when you get into the meat of the schedule is when you really get some great games. So I think from a overall fan perspective, I think that would be great. We'll see. I really hope Notre Dame just kind of goes with the 1-year extensions, understands that hey, there's some uncertainty now from their side. I mean, they're independent, they get the full money in terms of the playoffs. Like they kind of already see the future, and I can understand that as well. But this whole narrative of us being the ones scared though is BS in my opinion. So I really hope that gets washed. But yeah, let's figure it out, and hopefully we can get this rivalry to continue.
Yeah, any chance they get to clown on us, they'll do it. But see, the thing about week one games, like ask LSU, they do not like week one games. So like they always schedule like those tough week one games, and they always get exposed at the very beginning.
Quick shout out to Preston, man. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off real quick. Quick shout out to Preston for reposting this, man, and helping to spread this show. We always appreciate that, P. So, go ahead, Ro.
I was gonna say I agree with you guys. I mean, I want the rivalry game to continue. It would be a shame if it goes away, but just like Notre Dame is looking for their best interest, we're doing the same. So no one's scared. They just want to be able to have the advantage. So if they want this game to continue, they're gonna have to find a middle ground, and get to the drawing board. And if it takes a 1-year deal for now until both parties are happy with what they're getting on their end, that's when they can lock in that long-term deal. But Notre Dame, you can say Notre Dame is scared for not joining a conference, right?
Yeah,
and,
I mean,
and then
how long? Sorry, I'm going to cut you off, bro. But how long have we been saying that, though? Everyone around college football has been saying that.
And I get why they don't want to do it, right? It benefits them with the TV deal. So not to say that they're scared, but you can just turn that card around to them and say, oh, why does USC doesn't want to play it? Because they're scared. No, we're not scared. It's in their best interest to not have this difficult of a schedule every single year when other teams don't have to go through that year in and year out. So they're going to have to figure out something. If they want to do week one, I'm just going to throw it out there. Do it in Vegas every single year.
That would be pretty fun. Like just a Notre Dame USC game every year in Notre Dame, in Vegas. I'd go to that every year.
Yeah, me too.
First game every year, but like that'd be a lot of money though too.
Yep. And then the other thing that I was thinking, I haven't done too much research on the matter, but I think they said that Notre Dame has a contract with like ACC to do 5 games a year or something like that. Why can't they just split those games between the Big Ten and the ACC, right? Like that way it counts as a conference game for USC.
Because the ACC is has easier teams to play.
Yeah. Just join the Big Ten and stop being some punks, man. That's all I can tell, man. Join the Big Ten. It's that simple.
Yeah, it is. but then they would lose. Then they won't be able to say that they've beaten like top teams or whatever, or they'll have to play a lot tougher teams.
Exactly.
Let's talk about the USC schedule a little bit, right? So there's going to be a year where we probably face Notre Dame. If it's a given year, every year it's going to be Notre Dame, and they're probably going to have a good team more than likely, more often than not. Then we're going to face a Michigan and a Penn State, and then there's other Big Ten schools out there that put up a good team every once in a while, like Wisconsin. Who else? What am I missing here, guys? But Oregon as well, right? Oregon. I mean, as much as I dislike Oregon, they have a solid team. You can't deny that. So, yeah, that's.
Who is Notre Dame going to schedule?
Let me find Notre Dame's schedule.
And where are they going to have their bye weeks? Right before they play us?
But even in like 2026, and I know we're going to 2025, but like 2026, like we go to Penn State, we have Ohio State at home, we got Oregon again. Like you sprinkle Notre Dame and those, let's just say that was the 4 games right there, right, back to back to back. It's a pretty crazy.
And don't forget about UCLA, even though like it's a rivalry game, right? Crosstown rivalry. They give it their all, and sometimes those games, even if someone's lopsided favorite, sometimes ends up being a super close game because of that rivalry.
Mhm.
They're playing a Big Ten team already, and then like I don't know, their schedule seems pretty soft.
So,
Yeah.
Stanford, Syracuse, Pittsburgh, Navy, Boston College, they can be good every once in a while. And
this is what their schedule looks like every year.
yeah,
The schedule like this, and then
this is the
they
hardest
get
game.
into the playoffs.
So when do they play us?
The 18th of
And when's their bye week?
After it looks like.
it looks like afterwards.
Yeah. So they got NC State at home. So they'll be at home, right? They don't travel anywhere for a few weeks when we face them. So they'll be cozy at home playing Boise State, cozy at NC State, and then we have to travel to them. Like they don't be moving.
Also, whoever created this graphic sucks. I can't the difference between home and away is really hard to really kind of determine. You have to really look at the ad and all that stuff. Like you guys need to fix your graphics. But yeah, like they're really benefiting off this type of schedule, and the fact that the ACC is still considered a Power 4 conference definitely helps them. And Stanford travels way too much, so they're going to be tired all the time. And then Syracuse, I don't know.
But technically, they're not even in the ACC, right? It's just a partnership.
Benefiting off them.
Whatever that is.
The conference.
So
Like,
they're in
Football,
Big
they're
Ten
not. But
conference.
what's weird is basketball is, baseball, like they're all other sports are. So I think that's like their reasoning behind why they schedule these ACC games. But like, I don't know. Like I just don't understand. Like if your other sports are ACC, just go in the ACC. Like I don't know, just be in a conference. That's how I look at it. At the end of the day, rather than be in the Big Ten, obviously that would help us. But like this whole independent stuff is kind of a joke. It's fascinating. Like in terms of the playoffs, they get all the revenue money, right? So like when a Big Ten team wins, and let's just say the money is 10 million, that 10 million is shared between all of the Big Ten teams, right?
Yep.
When Notre Dame wins, they take the full amount. So like it's very fascinating how they're kind of skating around this whole system.
Yeah, and it's crazy how the other power conference are letting them get away with it because it's unfair. You really think about it. And then Anthony James had a comment prior to that one. What does Notre Dame benefit from playing USC? They get the LA market when they play us, and then recruiting California.
Exactly.
That's how they benefit from playing USC every year.
Yep. California recruits know that they'll at least have one game, at home, playing in front of their hometown. So that's the advantage, just like, the advantage that we have when we recruit Ohio or something like that,
HR says, guaranteed nobody would care if USC didn't play Notre Dame in August. If they were in the playoffs in December, then they probably would care.
I mean, we want the game to continue. They just have to find a good middle ground that makes sense for both parties.
Yeah, we need to be able to profit off this game as well, not just them. Let's see. Trojan Fight says, "Do we think Notre Dame recruiting would dry up if there was no longer a continued game?" I don't know. Like Notre Dame is still considered a blue blood, and so we can't take that away from them. And they were in the national championship game last year, so they're always still going to get that exposure. So I'm not sure if it will dry up per se. And plus, they have touchdown Jesus and everything. So
I mean, they got that NBC deal, right? But personally, if they didn't play USC year in, year out, they probably don't get a KVA or a Madden and all these poly LBs from the California area, in my opinion.
Our rivalry ended. I mean, I think the fact that like the Cali recruits wouldn't. I think that would dry up for sure. So there's there's no there's no selling point essentially, other than the NBC, right? Like you tell these kids, hey, we're gonna be coming here every other year. You can get your family to come, blah blah blah. So
yeah. HR picking stuff says Notre Dame, Rudy was offsides.
Hey,
Truth hurts, man.
The thing about this game, though, is like we know about this game. We all know about this game because we grew up with it, and we've seen like the insane games of like them going back and forth. Of course, the Bush push. We've had a lot of epic games between us and Notre Dame, but not many people really know too much about that unless you have to like tell them about it and bring up the game. And it's just like these kids weren't really born with it. In the transfer portal, you lose a lot more of the tradition because they still don't know the tradition and everything about it. So it just the tradition is kind of slowly dying, in my opinion. And it sucks to say it is, but I mean, that's just how it is. That's college football now.
Yeah.
Hey, I'd rather see USC versus Georgia or USC versus Bama. I mean,
Yeah.
it would be an insane game to have, but I don't like. I'd rather see that in the playoffs right now. We don't need we already have Ohio State and Penn State and Michigan to consistently play. So I'd rather wait for that to be in the playoffs.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind LSU in Vegas every year, to be quite honest. That was fun, man. That was fun.
Sure, T-Bob did not want that. His health being in compromise after that.
It's like I'm gonna go to week 1 this week or this year. I mean, and it's gonna be so disappointing in comparison to last year's week 1. I mean.
Yeah, it's definitely not gonna be the same,
Yeah, me and Jones were talking about before the show, but sure, this tradition may die. The only tradition that I want to keep alive is the no names on the back of the jersey, and also the always playing an FBS team. And we were flirting with not having that tradition with Missouri State finally becoming a FBS team, which they don't even sound like they should be an FBS team. Just saying Missouri State just doesn't sound right. But hey, we still have the tradition alive, and but yeah, those are the two things that I still would like to have still going when it comes to tradition. Of course, Anthony James has to bring up Blackie is good with uniform alternates. No, well, okay, we had this kind of conversation like a month or so back, and I mean, I guess I don't know, the all black jerseys. I don't know about that, but I'm slowly coming to the side of it's okay to have the alternate jerseys.
Yeah, I would be for black jerseys. I think that'd be cool. And going into the Notre Dame conversation more, I mean, Anthony brought up a good point too about the whole pitch, right? If we stopped, the whole California pitch would dry up. He's got a good point, right? I mean, they could schedule Stanford like they are. UCLA probably would do it in a heartbeat just for the money, I would assume. So there's that counterpoint, right? They could still make that pitch. So it's a good point.
Yeah. Is there any other debate? Oh, also, sorry, I forgot to mention this. I actually put up a poll about should USC and Notre Dame continue to play each other, and right now it's kind of 50-50 right now. Out of 12 votes, 58% say yes and 42% say no. So definitely get your votes in there, and I want to see what everyone thinks about this. But
We were at that pool party, HR picking stuff as well.
Wait, what?
The pool party at Vegas, at the Palms.
Oh yeah, where they did
Yeah,
the what was
yeah,
it?
was there Mama K and Sam?
Yeah,
Yeah.
with Sam, yeah, and all that. Were you there,
Yeah, I
like
thought it was
Chan?
cool.
Shout out to
No,
Ford.
I didn't make it. Yeah. So I know we're wrapping up the Notre Dame conversation, but like, what are you guys' thoughts on the whole rumors of SEC, Big Ten, SEC matchups in the future? Like, you guys a fan of that? Given the 9 conference games, like, what's your thoughts?
It depends on how far they want to extend the playoffs for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just a little overkill doing that, and having a 16-team playoff or more.
Mm-hmm.
Having the two best conferences play each other in the middle of the season, like as a regular basis, you're going to see a lot of shakeup when it comes to like wins and losses. Like you're not going to see that many undefeated teams at that point.
Yeah, and I think if this were to happen, if I remember correctly, there would be some auto bids. So like in a way, it wouldn't really like hurt them as much or hurt the teams, but in a way, it gives some excitement for the regular season. I mean,
and the Big 12 will get screwed, and then the Big 10 and the SEC would have 4 automatic bids, right? Is that what they were saying?
I believe so. Yeah, that's some of the rumors right now. Yeah.
In all honesty, we should go to two super conferences. The Big 10 and the Big 12 merge together, make the West. The ACC and the SEC make the East. That's the most logical thing that should just happen at this point.
For me, I just don't want to see repeat matchups.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, we play Alabama during the regular season and then end up playing them in the playoffs again. It's hard to beat the same team twice. Regardless of, it just doesn't make much sense.
I agree there. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't want that. Yeah, if there's somehow they can like rotate it, like obviously they're gonna try to get the big programs to face the big programs,
Exactly.
but like, I mean, I wouldn't mind playing like a Vandy. I don't know. I think that would be kind of cool, like an Arkansas, like just like different programs, that we're not really used to seeing. So I think that'd be cool.
Right.
Anthony James says the big 120 versus the SDACA.
Oh, real quick, guys. 47 more days. 47 more days before CFB 26 drops.
Yes.
Yeah, man. So you got 47 more days to get added to the Centaurs roster, man, before the new season kicks off. Right, Guns?
Yes, yeah, we're coming up here in the near future. I'm excited. Hearing some good things with the game. I think we'll get I think we're supposed to get like a full trailer this month. I thought maybe next month, but hopefully they kind of just spice it up a little bit more.
Do you think they will go back to having that one player cover? Have they showed the cover yet or no?
I thought it was the cover with the players and the coaches that was kind of sent out on social media. I thought that was going to be it, but I mean, there's different versions. So I mean, maybe they do like this one as the Legend Edition and this one as the normal edition. But yeah, hey, let us know if you want to become a member. We'll get you on the squad. We're going to run it back, obviously. Excited about that. I think it'll be great.
They should just go back to having the Heisman on the front.
Yeah.
Like, sure, it would be Travis Hunter, but hey,
right.
That's what makes that game great. Is also seeing that the previous Heisman on there. So
right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this could be a short episode unless you guys have anything else you guys want to bring up here. We don't want to just ramble on about nothing that doesn't make any sense for the show. So if you guys have any questions, go ahead and drop them in there and we'll try to reach out to them. But other than that, we can always put the we could put the link in there if someone wants to join in. But other than that, it could be just a really
Yeah, there was one question in there early on about Bowden. I think Kristen asked about that.
I think it was from Mark Bowman.
Yeah, nothing more than what we've talked about in the past. Still going to be a Texas USC battle. Some people are trying to get Georgia involved. I right now, as it stands, I don't think they're. I think they're a distant second or third. I guess you could say whatever you want to say. But yeah, definitely is still a Texas USC battle. You just wants to see how we utilize the tight ends, and if we utilize them the way he likes, I think he's going to be a Trojan. So.
Oh wait. Have we said anything about Vance Spafford?
No, we have not.
Who?
No.
Vance Spafford. Is there any
Oh yes, Spafford. Yeah. So he's got his OV schedule with us on the 10th. I believe we mentioned in the past. Could be wrong if not. But yeah, he's definitely looking around. USC is one of the schools that could flip him. Miami's involved. Washington's involved. Likes Georgia, obviously, since he's committed there. But the fact that he's taking these other official visits, and looking at other schools is a telling sign. So, wouldn't surprise if he flips and goes elsewhere. I think it's surprising Miami is involved. I mean, I didn't expect him to be Miami Hurricane. Vance Spafford just doesn't click for me. Maybe I'm the only person, but yeah, we have a good chance.
All I'm saying is, come 6, spatulas will be out. All right, on his visit, those spatulas will be out, man. So that's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think Rusty posted something about possible flips, and Vance Spafford was on there as well. But there was.
He was also, I think, talking about Wesley too, the Richard kid. Yeah,
Richard Wesley.
Yeah, Richard Wesley. Yeah.
Yeah, because apparently his camp was kind of caught off guard that he committed so soon. So.
Yeah, very very interesting. Yeah, I do think he flips. We'll see if it's us. I mean, I know from what we know is we've kind of moved on essentially due to his asking price. If that lowers, I think we can get more involved. I think at Texas, watch out for Texas. I honestly with Wesley, in my opinion. So.
Oh yeah, and Anthony James with Amon-Ra talks with Vance could lock him up, and also big ups to Brew McCoy. Yeah, he did have to medically retire. That sucked.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Shout outs to him. Yeah, but. So did Amon-Ra have a conversation with Vance?
I haven't heard, but I mean, given the fact that he's going to be, from my understanding, the only one on his official visit, I mean, bring everyone. Bring Amon-Ra, bring Taj Washington. I don't even care. Bring them all. Bring all the slot receivers we got.
Vance has a lot of Trojans in his ear. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
that too. Yeah.
You know who we need to bring back that no one has heard from in a long time? Marquise.
Let's go. Well.
Yeah. Hey, go support his investment, man. He crumble cookie. Every time you support crumble, he put $1 in his pocket. So.
So does that mean we can get him on the show then? So we'll just get a whole bunch of crumble cookies.
And
I'm not sure if that's how it works, but
so we're predicting a Vance Spafford flip.
Yes, no. I think he's going to flip, regardless of if it's USC or not. I do think he will flip. I think it's personally USC or Washington. Just my thoughts, but yeah, those would be the two schools in my opinion.
Anthony James has some insider information. Apparently, he heard that Amon-Ra will be here for the summer bash. Hey, that'd be great.
That'd be great. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely was at the some spring practices. So I mean, I would not surprise me if we see a lot of alumni at
at these
the
OPs.
June official visits. So
Yep.
Yep, and it has nothing to do with recruiting wise, but Anthony James put up a question earlier about doing a meet and greet at one of the games.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I did
Awesome.
bring that up here. Where is the question? Okay, here it is. Any games you guys down to schedule a meet and greet?
Yep.
So personally, I'm always at the first game of the year, the first home game. So that could be the situation because it's hard for me to be able to fly out there and like Guns can drive, B Jones and roll like right there. It's in their backyard, but I'm in Minnesota, so I have to do some planning and everything like that. So we will definitely keep everyone updated on that. But
Hey, Ro. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here.
You think what I'm thinking?
Yeah.
what?
For a meetup spot?
Yeah, I know what you're thinking about. We can definitely
man.
meet there, man.
We have to put y'all on our taco spot, man.
Oh God!
Oh, that's right.
But,
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'll be at the Michigan and UCLA games. Those are the two games I'll be going to this year. So, if you want to meet up, just let me know. We'll come hang out.
Yeah, we can meet you guys at different games. Like Blackie Chan's gonna be there for game 1. B Jones and myself will more than likely be there myself. And then for the Georgia Southern game, we'll be there. Mama Marks will be there too, just as a heads up. Woody plays the Rams that Sunday, so he might join us. Or I'm not saying he might join us, but he'll probably be at the Coliseum.
Hey, if we can find Mama Marks, I'm pretty sure Woody will be right next to her.
Oh yeah.
Likely.
Is that game in the morning? I'm assuming that's a day game, right? The Georgia Southern game.
I don't think they put time, but it wouldn't surprise me.
Guys,
Real quick.
For the new game.
Yeah, I saw that. Yep. Yeah, we got a kicker and a punter. I believe.
Speaking of kickers,
Brant. Yeah.
Hey, I need somebody to record for me, guys. Come on.
man. BC, did you need somebody to record?
How much is like a tripod? You know what I'm
You
saying?
can literally get a tripod from Amazon.
You know what I'm saying? You just get a tripod, record it, right? And then the thing, and then we could a quick little edit, you know what I'm saying? Just edit the video, do it, you know, so you don't have to do all
going through.
So we don't see you like walking. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like,
sounds like a plan. I know somebody on YouTube said that they know somebody from Banning. So if you are watching this, connect us with your brother or cousin, whoever it was, so I can go and kick that field goal.
So you can get a basic Amazon portable tripod for $14.84. And
send her a link.
All right, I'll send you. All right, Blackie Chan, I'll send you the my address so you can just send it to me, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you know how much is PC?
How about this? And if we're going to play like that, then I want my Juju jersey.
Nah, you said you didn't want it. No take back. I'm sorry.
If you're going to expect me to send something to you, then
hey, that offer is no longer on the table, man.
Okay. You can go to Best Buy and pick one up. You can probably go to a gas station and get a tripod.
All right, I'll go ahead and do that. And where's the week 1 game? It'll be here, right?
Yeah, it'll be Missouri.
Yeah, no special location this year. Yeah.
Come on down, HR picking stuff.
Yeah, see, I just want the same energy for my 40 going to Toronto as well. So you guys don't have the same energy, but it is what it is. I get it.
How we do? We bring it up every episode, just like we did you.
Yeah, but where's Ken at? Yeah, Ken. All right. We remember this.
HG, those tickets might drop once Michigan's out of the playoff. So you might still be able to make it. Don't worry about it, man.
Yeah, great thing for me is I have a great friend on here. Won't throw him under the bus, but somebody on here, knows how to get tickets. So I'm happy. I'm happy he's
Hey,
here for us.
we'll see. We'll see. I'll let you know for sure. But assuming you're talking about me, you could be talking about BC.
No, I was actually talking about Raul. I was actually talking
there you go. That's it.
I gotta plan it around my whole family because me and my mom, we're the ones that like to go to the games to begin with, and my dad's a UCLA fan, which
I'll say your dad ain't coming, man. He's not gonna support.
He always shows up, even though he hates it. All right, I think we can we're good to get out of here. We've been live for 50 minutes now, so unless you guys want to
have one last thing.
It'll be about Lakers.
Hold on, it's not Lakers. It's not Lakers related, but kind of it is. It's linked to Lakers, but USC or Vanessa Bryan and the Mamba Academy opened up a new court, right? And Coach Gottlieb was there too. So shout out to them.
Absolutely.
I also almost forgot to say that shout out to Vanessa for graduating.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kristen, you will be added. We got you, dude. We got you.
Yeah, you can be there.
Our All-American kicker right here.
Yeah, just don't miss the kicks. We might have to reconsider. No, just kidding.
HR just said, "Don't boo Clay Helton."
Yeah, that's gonna be an interesting conversation.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a nice guy, and it is what it is. But come on, he did.
Hey, he didn't hire himself, man. He can't blame him for being trash. I mean, he didn't hire himself.
And you can't blame him for being or kept that long, right? You could have gotten fired a long time ago.
Right.
Blame what's his name? The AD.
What's his name?
Well, it didn't help that he had the team of Sam Darnold, Ronald Jones. He had a great team.
Amon-Ra.
So yeah, he was a product of the people of the players that were around him. He could recruit. He definitely had us with some good recruiting classes. Just the coaching was.
Nah, he got the benefit of what was USC prior.
Well, he was a very personable guy.
That's the guy I was thinking about, Lynn Swan.
Yeah, Lynn Swan was too busy on the golf courses.
Yeah.
Blame them.
And it's such a blame freaking the USC legends for Clay Helton.
Yeah.
But all right.
Fight on, fellas.
We're going to get out of here, guys. We should be back on the Sunday unless there's some. It is a holiday on Memorial Day, so we'll see if we're going to be live. We'll definitely try to keep you guys updated on that. But keep the torch burning bright, guys. And until next time, fight on.
Fight on.